In the StockX mentorship program, we believe that not only do we have to hold ourselves accountable to our trades that we provide, we also have to hold ourselves accountable to the information we provide as well, because the information that we give is a framework for our model and it helps us guide us throughout the entire day. Now, I have 100% success by believing in my model, and I want to make sure that I can share that wisdom to my mentees that rely on that information. So in order to be critical, we often criticize our reports. We provide the before and the after to help us get better over time. The reports may not be perfect, but they have been very great overall. So if you guys have been watching our past content, not only have we been hitting every trade consistently, but our level of information has been very accurate to the point where it's just like amazing when you guys see it for yourselves. But besides all that, in today's session, what we're going to be talking about is what happened today's report, how we predicted the market once again, and we're also going to give you guys some insight about what's to come moving into tomorrow. It's going to be very important for you guys to listen to this, because not only are we going to be sharing a little bit of secrets about premiums today, but we're also going to be talking about the details of what you can plan for into tomorrow's trading session. So let's go straight into it and let's discuss about what's happening in the market today and recap it as well. So today, what we had noticed is that the S&P 500 pretty much started off very strong. It hit our 5740 mark over here and then pretty much dumped to our bearish levels that you guys see over here. Okay, so in our mentorship program, as always, we start off our morning by providing the report. So this report was published at 8 a.m. There's no edits whatsoever here. We had confirmed that it will be a choppy but normal distribution. This is because the center is around 5740. So you can see that's around 5740 right there. This market range, we sensed it to be between 5720, 5760, 5720 was that strong support over here. So it's possible that we could see new highs, which we did into today's trading session. And we also spoke about the JP Morgan call or roll as well. So we'll discuss that in a bit. The put gamma showed a normal distribution, but we told our members be very watchful for consistent rug pulling in the market. If SPX is under 5720 and can't hold, we're likely to see 5700. Okay, so that's going to be a very key detail as well. I mentioned here SPX that our prediction is I give the edge to the upside, but likely to be choppy, more of a upside trend. SPX under 57 will tell, well, basically if it goes above 5740, that's when you know market's better. And I also mentioned I see that the upside inflection point looks better and it may be a trend continuation day. Okay, so based on that report, the numbers were perfect. You can see here that my level 1 bearish was here, level 2 bearish, which confirms the trend, is right over here. Okay, so based on this analysis, the levels were great. We actually played an awesome call, like this is on a 5-minute, but they once our level 1 bullish actually hit around here, we decided to get a call, and at that point that trade gave us around 60% very fast. Okay, so if you look at our winner circle, we call out a call play, and not only did we call it out the call play at level 1 bullish, we actually waited for it because this chop was pretty much decaying put premium throughout the entire day. So I mentioned that 11:17, I said looking at SPX 5740 call at 1, no order, just watching to see if it won. If it could be a nice scalp. I said it could go to 3, and it didn't go to 3, but overall, the moment that we got into that play here, it managed to really rock it. And traders that got into the play, so as we go along over here, you see that 5740 call filled at 1. We bought that there and then. That was exact low of the day, and this trade just absolutely ripped in the first couple of minutes. It went to around 65%. Okay, so I decided to sell at a loss because there was some Russian news that came in, and we decided to get our puts. Okay, I have a lot of profits this week, so I'm kind of holding my trades. and we called out a lot of amazing plays. The 5700 put went above 50%. We also gave a SPY play as well, and pretty much even our Apple puts were playing off as well. So this is our report card. Just to go over this again, in our war room, we also share the news as well. So this news is very important because we said Apple shares are lower. That's why we decided to short the Apple during that day. So our trades include the following. We started off the day by selling our LRCX and our NVDA calls, which was an amazing play there. You can see right over here, that was from yesterday. We decided to take a roll up on our LRCX based on the MU. We placed an order to buy NVIDIA 130 calls at 1.2, and we got Apple puts at 220. So these Apple puts actually went to 55%, and my NVIDIA 130 calls filled at 1.2. When it actually filled, it did not go red at all. Okay, this thing was holding really well. I decided to sell at break even because the market was showing me a little bit of weakness. So I already had the LRCX calls, and I didn't want to swing those as well. Too many trades, didn't want to do that. So that's totally fine. So we bought the SPX. We didn't sell those. We took a hit on those, but that's fine because we had a lot of profit. So overall scorecard was that we sold our the calls over here. We're still holding our coin puts that we have. Apple puts hit my target, but I think Apple can possibly go lower. Our intradays were pretty much spot on. We gave SPY along with our SPX that did very well. Now that's pretty much it. So now let's talk about the trade behind the 5740 call. Okay, now the 5740 call, the reason why we wanted to look at that is when you guys are trading, it's important that you monitor the high and the low of the day premium here. Okay, so the 5740 call was right on our watch list right over here, and its low of the day during that time was around $1. Okay, this was the intraday part here. So when that thing filled at 1, it immediately popped to a double almost, right? But it was very fast. So it managed to do very well for a short period of time. Let's check it on a 5-minute, and at that point, it was at a very strong support that we caught it at. Okay, so we knew that the intraday premium at around 1 was at it went to 1. It was at $5, and based off that 5740 premium that we were looking at, because we were seeing that it was decaying momentum, the strongest support was when it hit 1. It hit 1, it went up 80 cents very fast, but people locked in profits as well. We were looking at the 5700 puts as well. They did show strong element of premium, only went up to a double, but overall you can see that where the supports and the resistance on these premiums are allocated when you guys are trading. So that's a little bit of an insight on the premium and how it works. If you guys want to learn more, we'll be definitely happy to share that in the mentorship program. Now the next thing I want to share with you guys as well is the predictions and the insights moving forward. So a couple of things here. Let's go over the prediction here. Okay, so going into tomorrow here, we're looking at QQQ. So QQQ right over here hit our level 1 bullish inflection point, kind of rejected. Okay, so once again, this is timestamp. This is the beginning of the week where we provide this analysis. This happened on a Saturday. You see that it rejected our level 1 bullish and kind of went lower. Okay, level 1 bullish is right over here. Now what you need to see QQQ do again is get through this 487, and it has an opportunity to get to 490 for today. The next thing you want to look at is IWM. So IWM is still trading in our chop range right now, and not really a fan of this here. It might hit 216 down the line because most of the focus is going to be on the chip side. For SMCI, still no word on the 10K filing here. You can see here that it tried to get to our level 2 bullish. Now, if it went to our level 2 bullish, the trend would have been confirmed and this stock would have had a hard time moving lower. But in fact, it did not get to that point. Just like what happened today on SPX, the market hit our level 2 bearish. And when it did hit that level 2 bearish, you could constantly see that every pop got sold out throughout the day. What level 2 represents is that the trend confirmation, and that's how the model works, because we analyze premiums to know when there will be the trend confirmation, and that's what we see here. So the next one that we're looking at is NVIDIA. So NVIDIA calls right over here. You can see that once it, so yesterday it pretty much stopped exactly at my level 1 bullish and rejected right over there. It opened above my level 1 bullish and it was in the bullish breakout zone. This here is time stamped on the 22nd. You can see that the bullish breakout zone was right there. This is how you knew that you wanted to take a fast call play and that you can make massive amounts of money, because we tell you the ranges, we tell you the breakout ranges here as well. If NVIDIA gets above 126, it can really go. The next bullish breakout range is at 127 right over here, and it has a potential to go to 132, so be aware of that. AMD is, we're looking at this play here as well, and so far it's at the confirmation point. I would like to see AMD pull back at 161 before it goes to 164, which is a very hard number, and that's where it can start to break out as well. So look at that 164 number, because that's where it can start to really explode moving forward. Broadcom, so Broadcom, not much going on with this stock. It's still in our choppy range. It needs to get through 178 to really start to explode, so be aware of that. ARM, we're also watching this too. So ARM, you see right over here that it hit my 149 almost and pretty much rejected. Okay, this is a fast wick, meaning that around 149 is where the estimated weekly high was, and it stopped exactly where you see it. Okay, so LRCX, this one over here, we've been mentioning this non-stop. If it hits 805 and breaks out, this is where the bullish breakout zone is. Okay, because MU earnings was very good, this has gone above and beyond that mark here. We rolled into that, so it's possible that this can go to 850. Personally, if this opens around here, I would like to sell my calls right off the bat and bank those profits, because that's when the premiums are going to be hot. And Dell over here, so Dell is moving like SMCI. This is not really, if you wanted to short a semiconductor, I probably say this will be your best one, but it will start to explode when it gets above 124. Otherwise, just avoid this. It can reject 121 very easily. ASML, we're looking at this to see if it can break through this. You know, this 850 is our estimated weekly high, so keep an eye on that. That's a very strong resistance. 864 is where it starts to really explode, so watch that, because it can try to go back to 900. Personally, LRCX is a better play than that because of the issues when it comes to the Netherlands and their restrictions on the trade secrets that they got. Okay, so Tesla, we're looking at Tesla. So I kind of mentioned that even though Tesla's in the bullish breakout range, so it's at 552. You can see it kind of broke out, and then now it's retesting that. Money is going to chips so far, so I haven't been really playing this, but I would like to see Tesla go back to this 50-day moving average to pretty much consider jumping back in. It does have an opportunity to go to 270 this week, but I want to see a dump to here, because we want to make sure that we get an optimal premium into the robo-taxi event that is likely to happen next week. Meta calls. So Meta had an event today. They pretty much released their Quest Pro and all that stuff. Meta, when it first hit our 572, it rejected and dumped really hard. We actually played this earlier throughout the day as a put scalp, and that worked up very well, which the trade on the put generated more than 60%, but if you held longer, you would have got almost 200%. And this here needs to get to 283 for it to really start to go. It's going to be choppy around 283 to 295, but 295 is our estimated weekly top. Microsoft also is starting to move a little bit here as well. We're watching this. It's still stuck in our chop range. Not a real fan of this, because Microsoft is trading between two moving averages, and it's very hard to get above this 50-day. So it's going to likely chop around this zone for now. 443 is where it can start to really go. Netflix, so we made some nice return on Netflix. Stopped exactly at my 726 that you guys can see over here, and we're showcasing that right now. If it gets to 730, it's going to have a nice breakout as well. And we're looking at GME, so I just did this as a request from some of our traders. You can see it stopped exactly exactly at 228.86. Very detailed numbers, guys. Level 1 bullish, Nice rejection over there. You can see my numbers are very accurate to the T, and these are all time stamped. Okay, there's no changes on this whatsoever. And that was the last stock that we had for today. I hope you guys enjoy this analysis, and I hope you guys see the detail behind it and how it works. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one, and like always, let's get that money.